So Catalina Island off the coast of California is allegedly a UFO hotspot, okay? So I found that you can actually book Catalina UFO tours. There are 14 reviews. What are people saying? Such a great experience. Amazing tour. Lily is awesome. Okay, so Lily is making a buck giving UFO tours off the coast of California. Good for her. However, it seems like this location was now permanently closed. But at some point it existed, and there's good reason for it, okay? Because we keep getting images and reports of UFOs, even of USO underwater alien bases off the coast of Catalina Island. And some of the images that recently got viral again in the shadow of the whole Immaculate Constellation story and stuff, they keep bubbling up again, but they are a few years old, are the images that we see here. The tweet says a couple of previous leaks are trending again with the alleged new Immaculate Constellation leak. Let's take a look at these images. Let's see if we can make sense of them, explain them, potentially debunk them. So here we see, I mean, is it really a it's extremely blurry. It's even blurrier than the camera that I'm using. And it does look somewhat triangular, but it almost looks more rectangular, like a square, right? Like it looks like there's an angle going back here. This line that would connect these two shapes here is not straight. It looks more like a square in the sky. Then there's this image of another triangular craft seemingly allegedly hovering over the water, and then there's that image of what seems to be almost the same object here. It seems to have slightly different proportions, but it looks somewhat similar. It's slightly more elongated, and then it dives into the water, and then we get this incredibly spectacular image showing a bunch of water displacement here, right? Like the craft is just splashing into the water. Oh my god, is it the smoking gun? Is this the ultimate evidence, the proof that we need that they are real? I mean, they're nice images. I really like them. They got a real I want to believe poster vibe to them, and I really appreciate that. But as you can imagine, the comment that pops up most under these kinds of posts is TR3B, TR3B. It's my favorite comment, right? Whenever there's anything triangular in the sky, it doesn't matter what it is, it's a TR3B. Everyone knows, definitely TR3B. If you think you know everything about the TR3B program, I did a video about this, okay? Link is in the description. You can watch it once you finish this video. You can learn maybe a thing or two about the truth about the TR3B, and is it a real program? Is it a real thing? Check out the video in the description. But this is not the only report that seems relevant when it comes to Catalina Island being a UFO hotspot. We also have former Navy Rear Admiral Tim Galludet, I hope that's how you say his name, claiming that there is an underwater UFO base near Catalina Island. So here we are in some kind of outdoor forum where people try to mark the location, right? People are checking the hydrographic data from around Catalina, and they seem to be finding certain spots that just show irregularities. Could it be this? Could this be the hidden USO base that houses thousands of aliens? Could it be this place? Because don't forget, if you catch tuna in the mackerel bank, it's because of aliens, okay? It all makes sense. It all falls into place. But again, we get these sightings. We get Catalina UFO tours. We get rear admirals from the Navy making claims that there are underwater UFO bases. So there's got to be something to it. But I really want to... Does it though? But I really want to focus on these four images here, okay? Because we can actually prove that they are not real. When I first saw the images, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are sharing this sentiment, I thought this is AI. Okay, these are AI-generated images. Because if you look a little bit closer at them, you notice, as I kind of mentioned previously, that these objects we see here, which are allegedly to be the same object, are actually having a different shape. This one is clearly not triangular. It has very sharp edges on the sides. This one is clearly triangular. It has this weird indentation in the front, and then that one has really different, rugged edges, it almost seems like. I mean, it could be the motion blur or whatever, but it's extremely elongated. Part of it could be the perspective, but especially this image, these two, and this image, the first one, don't look like the same object. And that's a problem that AI has. That's a problem that we're still struggling with AI. If you put 3 prompts in, even they're exactly similar, and they say, show grainy image of triangular craft hovering over the sea, and whatever parameters, what it was taken with, Navy camera, but you'll still get 3 different results. It's not going to be the identical craft. We're getting there. Some AI platforms allow you to upload images of faces and so on that then repeat the same face throughout several images, but this is something that AI still struggles with. So I think it does make sense that these images are AI. However, beyond my gut feeling of saying these feel AI generated, there is actually a little bit of evidence that some nifty people on Reddit found out that clearly debunk at least one of these images. And that is probably the most controversial one. The one that shows the object splashing into the water, displacing all this water, making a big splash. Because Reddit user Roller Derby 88 Googled whale splash and actually found this photo. Here's the high-res image. Okay, you can See, it's back of a whale and he's splashing around in the water, having a whale of a time, really. And when overlaying this image, this water splash, over the alleged UAP entering the water, you can see the clear similarities, and it's pretty evident that this is the image that was used in order to achieve this result. So here is the UAP image. You can see actually the shape, somewhat triangular shape actually, for lack of a better description. It is part of the back of the whale, but you can really clearly see that iconic shape here that can also be found in the original image of the whale up here as well. And then there are other details like the little splash that sits down here, right? That just sits on the right, seemingly in front of the UAP. It can also be found in the original image. It's very clear. It's a very bright spot. You can see that they did a bit of effort of hiding that this is the original image, but it's pretty clear and, in my opinion, undeniable that this image is overlaid with this original whale image we're looking at here. So I'm not going to claim credit for this. All the credit goes to Roller Derby 88. I mean, he says that he found this image and I give the credit to him, but I'm giving it a juicy debunked. Because it's not real. It's, beyond it looking like an AI-generated image, it's pretty clear that that's what it is. But this is not the only case that looks very similar to this, that links to USOs and so on. Like, for example, there's the famous USS Trepang photo. It's a set of photos. I believe it's 4 photos or 5. And these were allegedly taken by the USS Trepang, which is a US submarine, and they were doing some testing in the Arctic Ocean, and they captured these images, allegedly, right? So here we see this weird big triangular object hovering over the sea. Here's another one that very much looks like the Hindenburg accident, right? Like the Zeppelin crashing. And then there's this image, which is spectacular. Again, these images were allegedly recorded in 1971. Okay, so allegedly these are very old images, but this is a great photo, right? This looks so cool. I love this with the little orange glow here. It looks so spectacular. It looks like something from a movie or something. But same with these images. PolitiFact actually found the now retired commanding officer, Rear Admiral Don Sackett Jr., who served on the Trepang during 1971, and he stated that he did not witness any UFO in the Arctic Ocean during his mission and during his time on the Trepang in 1971. He said, and this is a quote, "There were no sightings. The story is not accurate." Okay, so this is, again, the, at the time, commanding officer of the submarine saying this. They've also tried to verify these images separately with the Navy. They said these images cannot be verified. We don't think we took these images. So it's another nothing burger. But these images look very, very similar. And that's not all, right? We get images like this, like this was just posted a few days ago, 25th of November. In fact, actually today, but I saw them a few days ago already. And I just look at them and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude, the amount of trash we're exposed to now in the world of UFOs. These are clearly, this is the one we just looked at, but these are clearly AI generated, right? I don't know, obviously, maybe one of them is real, but this is just AI trash that is currently flooding all the social media platforms. And to be honest with you, UFOs already had a credibility problem, right? The whole reason why we renamed UFOs to UAPs is because the name UFO has lost all credibility. It's a joke. It's a meme at this point. So we needed a new term. And at this point, there are just so many clear hoaxes. Not just of UFOs, but like the internet is flooded with these alleged cryptid videos, like the ones that you see here. Clearly AI generated, hoping to farm a few clicks and a few likes on all kinds of platforms. And it is ultimately gonna ruin what's left of the UFO phenomenon and its credibility forever. This footage has been floating around, and when I saw this for the first time, I was like, holy smokes, man. This is loads of interesting, intriguing footage. Some of it at least must be real. Like, it's loads of clips that are very intriguing, very fascinating. But the truth is, they are all AI generated. It's all AI stuff. And it even took me a second to understand that, right? I thought someone created a compilation of different incidences. But with AI, we are really now entering a new era of hoaxes. We're going to see so many hoaxes, and they're all going to be hard to distinguish from reality. And it was already challenging. That's what this show is all about, right? About finding footage that is somewhat confusing and hard to identify and then making sense of it. We get military aircraft, we get drones now, we got balloons, blimps, we got so many Chinese lantern cases. We have flares, we have parachuters with flares attached to them. There's so much stuff going on in the skies that already leads to so much confusion. And now we're also exposed to thousands of new AI-generated videos every day that show UFOs. However, I think, at least at the moment, especially when it comes to moving images like the ones we're looking at here, there are still some indicators you can look out for, trying to identify that it's AI and not real. One of them, and this is a great illustration of this, actually, this film, is the fixed camera. Do you notice there's no shaky camera in any of these films? Okay, this is like a fixed camera They're just filming the object. There's no shaking or moving around. It's always like a steady cam. It might move a little bit, right? But we know that AI is struggling with like shaky camera and fast camera movement, at least at the moment. So that's something to watch out for. That might help you in the future to identify hoaxes and AI footage. And often, I mean, looking at this again, like a lot of the footage that is just too good to be true is probably AI. Especially if you just get one angle. Right? It's like, here's this one angle from this crazy incident. We get nothing else. There's just one photo or one piece of footage. It's, you know, it's probably not real. But I mean, I have to admit, even for me, it's increasingly hard to differentiate between something being real, something being AI. And while these ones here, to me at least, clearly look like AI, I can't say that for these images. I don't know how these images were created. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are not real necessarily, but these are impressive images. So it is hard to keep a level head these days when it comes to UFO imagery and films, but that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing. I try my best to keep a level-headed perspective for you guys on this channel. So if you enjoy the show, if you want to see more of this, don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button. I would greatly appreciate that. You can also join our Discord if you like UFO images. Maybe you want to share footage with me. I'm hanging out there, so join the Discord through the link in the description. It's obviously free. And also, as a final note, please subscribe to my brand new gaming channel, okay? We need subscriptions. The link to that is in the description. We talk video games. We're going to start a podcast over there. It's a lot of exciting stuff happening on Monkey Games. So join Monkey Games. Please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks for hanging out. I see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. And I'm out. Bye.